Hello everybody, this is Trina. I am gonna go ahead and go on to my next card. I don't know exactly what order these will be in, like as far as, the video being visible, but I'm just working my way through my book here that I've drawn up some ideas. And so I'm going to go ahead and work on this second card. This is actually technically like the fourth card, but I kind of organized them and did after I did my first two cards. So I am going to go ahead and get started on this idea here. And as you can see, it's pretty basic. Pretty basic. So we will go ahead and get started on that. I kind of have I mean, it's pretty, pretty self-explanatory, so hopefully it will go quick and easy. I'm going to be using the Reindeer Crossing Stamp of the Month from Close to My Heart. This is the December Stamp of the Month, so if if you get to December, definitely get your hands on that one. It is very, very useful. I have used it multiple times already. If you're a consultant, which you can be for fairly reasonable price, you can get it early, so that's something you consider too. I did pull this from my stash, and then these are both from my stash as well because I don't have anything in the Close to My Heart colors that would go with, you could do a foil. I wanted to do glitter paper, so that's what I'm going to do there. This is the Snowflakes embossing folder. I'm going to use that for the background. And then this is the custom Ornament ThinCut, and I am going to use all of these. So I think I might actually get started with the embossing or the cutting, one or the other. I'm not sure where I want to put them, but here we go. I pulled over my Big Shot. It's a manual die cutting machine, and I'm gonna go ahead and open up the tab, your basic what is that called? Platform, multi-purpose platform that comes with your Big Shot has two tabs, and the number 2 tab needs to be opened in order to do the embossing. So for all the ThinCuts, have tab 2 closed, so have tab 1 and 2 down, and then for the embossing you just want tab 1 down and tab 2 open. So if you have one, you'll understand. But yeah, like I said, this is fairly simple. It's gonna go quick. This is gonna be a very short video, so what you want to do is you want to cut out 2 of the basic ornament die shape, and I did mine out of the gold and then out of the green. And you could do whatever color you want to do, color combination. You just have to figure out what you want on top and what you want on bottom, because anything that's going to be on bottom is going to show through the little holes, and then anything that's on top is going to be, most of the color of the ornament. So I just love how that looks. Even with the gray, it looks pretty. So I do tape mine down with washi tape just so that it doesn't move. I do have a magnetic platform, but I found that the magnets are in certain places on the platform, so the magnets kind of scoot over to those places, so that's kind of irritating, and it kind of makes things move even though they're not supposed to. So I don't use that very often anymore, and when your plates are curved, then the magnet doesn't work very well either, so there is that. So now I did the top one, and I'm going to do the bottom one, and I'm picking it up because I want to eyeball it and make sure that I have it even in exactly where I want it to be. So isn't that pretty? And then that's on the gold. I just love it. It's so classic. I just love it. And I almost forgot this little guy. Now this normally would be out of like a metallic foil because most of them are metallic foils instead of glitter, but I decided to just keep it um, in the glitter, and since I already had glitter out there anyway, so you know it works. I am definitely going to be using liquid glass on this. There is a liquid adhesive is the best idea, mostly because of the glitter paper. Um, and because of how small amount of room you have to actually put adhesive. So as you can see, I just put it all over everywhere that there wasn't a hole, and then just little dots. And then I'm going to go ahead and press that down. And I'm going to set that on top, add some adhesive to the little ornament hanger, and then set that down. And the block just puts some weight on it, so it's like holding your hand on it, only you're not. So, yeah. And here is, oh, I just love this. I don't know what it is, but I really love the back side of it. So I've already have my sentiment in its spot because, you know, save time and all. So I'm just putting my DIY powder tool on there, and then I think I'm going to stamp this 3 times, and the reason being is because I wanted to make sure that I got enough of the VersaMark on there that it will, you know, definitely adhere the or stick the embossing powder on there, because you know, anytime you need to move things around, definitely move them around to make a better impression. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure everything was going to stick, and it looked like it was kind of soaking into the cardstock a little bit, so I just did 3 of them, and you know, I like how it turned out, so that's all. That's what matters for me. So I am going to be using, let's see, what is this? This is A La Mode by Hampton Art, and it's old embossing powder. It still works, and I do want. I mean, as soon as I'm out of this, I'm going to be getting more more from Close to My Heart, because they have some gorgeous embossing powder there. And if you don't know, I'm a consultant, so I can get my hands on those pretty easy. Um, and I will leave the link. I mean, I'll leave that link in the description box below. If you don't have any embossing powder, then you know, they have good embossing powder. I don't really compare embossing powders other than old and new, so like I said, I have had the same embossing powders for ages. So, you know, this one actually still worked, and I'm really thankful for that. So, yeah, it looks so pretty. I love it on the green. It's so pretty. And that sentiment is from the Reindeer Crossing stamp set. So I made sure to have a card base. I do kind of show you in the end. Oh my goodness, this! I accidentally lifted on the trigger and it pulled the paper instead of putting adhesive on the paper. So when you do I totally just like skipped what I was saying. I'll talk about that later. So when you do the embossing, you want to make sure that the adhesive is all over, because if you don't, it's not going to have very much paper to stick to. So you definitely want to do that. And I'm going to try to just figure out which direction I want these snowflakes, which one, you know, which direction I think would look better. Isn't that pretty? Just that base, you could do so many things with. Like you could do, you know, add ribbon and a sentiment. You could add, I mean, there's just so many different ways to do that. It's awesome. I was showing you that in the top, I'm just going to go ahead and tie my ribbon here. It's not really ribbon. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know if that would be considered twine, because it does not look like twine. And it doesn't look like ribbon. And I don't know, riffraff, I guess. Riffraff, rick-rack, it's not rick-rack either. I don't know what it's called, but I have it in my stash. And when I put it on here, I was like, if you fray the ends, it kind of looks like a scarf. So hey, winter, yay, that works. And I didn't want to try to figure out how I was going to adhere you know, the hanging string at the top of the card. That was just going to be, I don't know, a little more than my brain wanted to handle at the moment. So as you can see, I didn't hang it from the very top of the card. I just added a little scarf style tie on there. I don't know, just a little pop of something. So it does fill up the space nicely though, so it's not too much. Just putting the adhesive on here and getting her stuck down, getting it stuck down. Don't know where her came from. And then, I mean, that is pretty much it. In fact, I think that's it. It's such a simple card, but it's got so much joy. Joy is the word, I think. But yeah, I did a pre one, and you can kind of see I didn't do a card front on this one. I just put the card in there, and it's kind of warpy. So I would definitely do a card front and a card base and stick the front on the base because as you could see, it's very, very warpy and kind of flimsy as well. So I love how this turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed it and are inspired to create. I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.